The cutter tool in Toon Boom Harmony lets you either isolate a section of a drawing to modify it, and also lets you trim the ends of strokes that overlap. So to begin, move your mouse up here and select the cutter. Alternatively, press Alt-T on the keyboard to activate the cutter tool. First, let's look at modifying a drawing. So this means transforming a selection. With your cutter tool selected, create a selection via your mouse. This will select an area. The following commands are very similar to the select tool, so find out more about that tool in the card. You can drag on any fill or line to move it about. You can change your pivot point by finding the pivot point in the middle and dragging it about. This will affect the rotation and scale. So you can rotate a selection by moving your mouse off of the corner of the bounding box and rotating. Alternatively, if you prefer a rotation lever, go to Harmony, Preferences, Camera, use rotation lever with transformation tools, select that, and now any future selection will have a rotation lever. All rotations happen from the pivot point, so by default, if I create a selection, it will rotate from that middle pivot point. If I move the pivot point to the corner, you can see now it rotates from that corner, from where the pivot point is. Scale a selection by dragging any of the squares on the side or the corner of the bounding box. Hold Shift to maintain proportion. Hold Alt to scale to the pivot point. So if you move the pivot point and then scale, you see it adjusts it from the pivot point. If you set the pivot point all the way up here, you see it scales towards that point there. You can also skew a selection by placing your mouse on the edge of the bounding box and by dragging. In the operations section, there's an option to flip it horizontally and vertically. This will flip it from the pivot point. There's also an option to rotate the selection 90 degrees left and 90 degrees right. This also applies to the pivot point. This drop down in the tool properties window affects whether you want the tool to be a lasso shape, so this is a freeform shape, or alternatively you want it to be a marquee, which is a rectangular shape. By default, you have to select on any fill or line to be able to move a selection. You must be over a fill. With the easy drag option, you can select anywhere within the bounding box. If you have a pencil line and you scale it, you can see the thickness remains the same. If you select the scale pencil line thickness option, the pencil line thickness will be scaled with your selection. Now let's look at if you have two lines intersecting like this. In your tool properties window, make sure the cutting gesture button is active, whether that be single line cutting gesture or multiple lines cutting gesture. Drag a line gesture through the lines you want to remove. This will trim the lines on the end. If you're set to single line cutting gesture, then it will remove the first line it comes across. If you're set to multiple lines cutting gesture, then this will remove any lines it comes across. Note that this only works if you have it set to lasso, and also if you curve your lasso too much, it will instead create a selection. The next option is use mouse gesture breaker mode. This only affects pencil lines. This allows you to split pencil lines into two via the cutter. So if I use a gesture to drag downwards, so you see now this is two separate objects. The tip style tells Harmony how to split the line. So should the line be rounded, should it be flat, or should it be beveled? Most of the previous options were vector only. This next option refers to bitmap only. Do you want the edges to be anti-aliased or not on the cutter tool? So if I make a selection and move it, you see it's anti-aliased. If I turn this option to off and then make a selection and drag, you see it's instead got a hard edge. So this option tells Harmony whether the line should be anti-aliased. If you have multiple layers and want to use the cutter on only some of those layers, ensure that this button is turned off in the tool properties window, and then select the layers in the timeline that you want to affect, and finally use the cutter tool. Any selected layer within the timeline will be affected. The next three options are fairly common within different tools within Toon Boom Harmony. Apply to visible drawing layers and apply to sync drawing layers do as they sound. Apply to visible drawing layers applies the cutter tool to any visible layers. So you see I have vector and vector 2. If I move a selection, you see it creates a selection on both layers. The apply to sync drawing layers button, on the other hand, applies to layers with a sync timing chart. So if I move this frame around on the timeline, you see these two layers, vector 2 and synced, both have shared timing charts. So the apply to sync drawing layers button, this will apply it to any layers that share a timing chart with the currently selected layer. The next two options are fairly self-explanatory. The apply to all frames option will apply to any frame that is exposed on the timeline. So you'll see 1 to 4 is on the timeline. If I move these about, this does not apply to any frames that are not exposed on the timeline. So if I bring back substitution 5, you see it hasn't been affected. It was not exposed on the timeline when I did the action. Applied to onion skin range does as it sounds. If you have the onion skin on, it will apply to the current onion skin range and nothing outside of that. This also applies if you have the onion skin window active and you're using the advanced onion skin. So you see I'm telling it to only affect the current frame and 3 frames ahead. So if I create a selection, you see it only affects 1 and 4. If you want to learn more about onion skinning, check the card in the top right hand corner. The next option in the row is apply to line and color art. This applies the cutter tool to any art layers that are currently active, from overlay, line art, color art and underlay. So make a selection, drag it, and you see it affects both line art and color art. With this deselected, it will only affect the current art layer. If you do not have overlay and underlay available, check the card in the top right hand corner. If you'd like to learn more about art layers, check this other card. And that was an overview of the cutter tool. Please subscribe for more learning resources about Toon Boom Harmony and leave a comment if there's a particular option you want to see me cover. Until next time, goodbye.